Hi, this is Veena Madhukona. I'm here to talk about gap analysis. Basically, I'll be defining gap analysis. It is a tool that helps companies compare the actual performance with the potential ones. So, it has two core questions like where are we and where do we want to be? Like where is the company requirement right now and where is the target requirement? And the difference between two of these is gap, and the procedure that we are performing is referred to as gap analysis. Why basically gap is formed because due to mismanagement or obviously every requirement will not be satisfied by the organization and everything will not be perfect. So there is due to mismanagement a gap will be formed, or if an organization or a company it is not utilizing the current resources, or sometimes there is lack in the capital, or it forgoes some investment in the capital, then the company will not perform well, it will perform below its potential. Then there is always procedure of, there is always a possibility of happening a gap. So during this, apart from this, during the continuous assessment of the project also, there is due to the evolving of the risk, the gap between the requirement and the target deadline may occur. This is referred to as the procedure is called as gap analysis, and this is a gap analysis procedure. Basically, first you will be reviewing the system, develop the requirements, compare it, implications, that is testing, and followed by recommendation. In the first procedure, review system, it accesses the application form. Like you'll have to first understand the business process and models, create the requirements and gather the requirements from the users, create it and develop the requirements, or you have to make the developers understand about the requirements. So that all comes under the reviewing the system. You have to first assess the application form of the system for us to understand the processing of the system, like previous history of the system, its clients. We'll have to study the entire history of the business process for you to understand the root cause of the gap. That all comes under the reviewing of the system. Second thing is developing requirements. For a new system, obviously we'll have to develop requirements. Developing requirements for a new system is much essential. Like you'll have to, and the requirements, it is not just limited to the user functional or non-functional requirements, but you'll have to focus on all the requirements from all the phases, like budgeting. You have to reconstruct the whole information system. This I told reconstructing the whole information system because if an organization is using the present Windows 2003, but the internet market or the present day market is using 2007, that is not happening. There is always a gap. So you will have to reconstruct the whole information system. Likewise, reconstruct the software, reconstruct the hardware. Software in the same manner, like if you are using SaaS 8.2 version, that doesn't make any sense. You have to get licensed with the SaaS 9.1 version, or you have to get the license of the SaaS 9.3 latest version, and even the employees have to be updated accordingly with this software. So you are reconstructing the whole information system, reconstructing the whole software, reconstructing the whole hardware, and creation of e-commerce website. This is because if you are a selling organization, if you are selling some products, creation of e-commerce website is very important, that you are exposing yourself, you are making yourself known to the world. And apart from this, even customers can go and shop, they can shop online. So you have to be creative enough and by creating that e-commerce website. Apart from that, adoption of the new technology. Like you have to be creative enough in the market from you to stand a unique thing. You can change your packaging item to bioplastics, that is more degradable. So something like that. You have to adopt some new technology for you to develop requirements and improve the budgeting process. So these are the developing requirements. You have to see the requirements in all phases and create create and establish where the gap really exists and where are we. So in order to fill that gap, coming to comparison. Comparing is like the given requirements what we already have and what are the existing requirements that we can create. And in the gap comparison, you can always create a gap flag. Yes, no, column, that is a gap flag. What is a gap? And the gap flag. So that is called as the comparison. And for the better understanding, I would like to quote an example. Like my role as a business analyst was a conversion of ICD-9 clinical modifications to ICD-10 clinical modifications. So my organization was mostly involved in gap analysis. That was about for 2 months. This is because we used to get most of the FSSA was our client. We used to work for the Indianapolis government. So this is because we used to get lots of documents, and what we used, the procedure adopted here was, we used to take the requirements, all the user functional requirements apart from developing the new requirements for the system. We were taking all the requirements, proceduring it, processing it with Word, Adobe, with the multiple search docs, and finding the gap which is belonging to the ICD-9, naming the gap, sorting it out, and then implementing it into the next phase of the project, that is implementation project, and converting it into ICD-10. That is how you compare the given requirement. Like in software technologies, the software team, that is what happens. Like it is the different gap is difference between two different technologies from one state to another state. That is called comparison of gap, comparison of the requirements. That is part of the gap analysis. Next is implications. Implication is similar to testing. Like already you have created a gap and you are giving it to the users. It might be internal users or external users that is trustworthy for the feedback. So that is called as implementation. And recommendation is done on a larger basis where the external user is mostly used. For here, gap analysis table is being given. Like it's an example of an organization that is selling laptops and hardware components. So provided ailments, interviews, and apart from that, you also have the insurance ailments here. So provided ailments, that is currently in place. What are the requirements? Interviews and session conducted is the requirement. Is there is a gap? Yes, no. This is the gap flag, needed requirement. You have to, application forms are needed and new banners are required. Currently in place, manual paper-based information system. What we have to do into the future requirement is computerized, turning paper records into computerized records. Is there is a gap? Yes. What is the needed requirement? Hardware, software, of course the user training. So this is the gap analysis table. Next I will be discussing types of gaps. Basically there are three types of gaps. Planning gap. Planning a gap, it is a gap created between like positive future analysis or future profits to desired profits. It gives us the goal objectives, like what we have to achieve now from, it is nothing but like management, what we have to achieve from 2 years from now and 3 years from now. It also helps in assumption analysis, that is planning a gap. Usage gap. Usage gap, it is a gap between the market potential, what is the potential of the market, and the actual consumer usage, actual customer usage in figures. So usage gap, it is very important gap for the shareholders or the people who are enjoying a monopoly. Usage gap is existing gap minus market potential minus existing gap. Existing gap. These figures we will get from research analyst or any government and private research analyst or the government data bank or the private research data bank. So basically the market potential is very high when compared to obviously existing gap. Existing gap is the usage of the actual usage of the customer. This helps in taking shareholders, increasing the percentage of shares, also decision making. This is is the usage gap, and the last gap is the product gap, where it is also referred to as segmented gap or positioning gap. This is this is called a segment gap because here the whole market is segmented or positioning. This is one of the tricky or the idealistic way to approach a market. This is because where certain segments of the market, where certain segments of the organization, because the organization, it will not give products to certain segments of the market. This is called as segmentation. Like very expensive or the when you are marketing a nuclear missile, or it could be any atomic missile, you are not giving it to the you are not giving it to the common man. You are segmenting it and giving only to the customized customers are being served. So this is product gap. Thank you.